Hi, everyone, and welcome back to yet another live session by Voice of Crypto, where we talk about all things crypto, Web3, and blockchain. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the massive plunge that the crypto market as a whole took on 3rd of January. And while we had a decent start to the New Year's, price seemed to have noticed a little bit of resistance at the higher level, and Bitcoin price fell to as low as 40,000 US dollar, reversing most of the gains that the top cryptocurrency saw in the last month or so. Now, without further ado, we will take a deep dive into the crypto market, which was until yesterday trading close to 1.74 trillion US dollar. Now we can see clearly that the market has dipped, and there is a 3.5%, close to 3.5% fall in the last 1 day or so, which has brought the global crypto market cap down to the 1.69 trillion US dollar level. Crypto trade volumes have been a little bit high, but that's largely due to a bit of sell offs in the market, which could have led to a lot of activity around majorly selling. One good sign is the rise in Bitcoin dominance. We saw yesterday, in fact, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen that Bitcoin dominance fell below the 50% mark and was trading close to the 49% mark, and a decrease in the Bitcoin dominance, which usually points towards more funds into altcoins, more inflows, cash inflows into altcoins, does seem like a lot of traction now would return back to the leading cryptocurrency in the market, that being Bitcoin. For now, however, a quick look at Bitcoin's price trajectory does show the really painful 5% gains, 5% losses that BTC has seen in the last day. We can already see that there was this major drop that BTC price sort of experienced early today. And while the prices on quite a few exchanges dipped to as low as 40,000 US dollar, BTC price has rebounded. It has increased from those lower levels and is back to the 42,000, 42.5K US dollar mark. On a monthly price window, however, we see Bitcoin price retesting this lower support resistance mark right above the 42K mark. On a yearly, we're still sitting at decent gains, and that is something to look forward to for sure. However, on month basis, we can clearly see that even after the fall that BTC saw throughout today, we're still a little over 7% in gains on a month perspective. On the daily, however, the prices that had stabilized above the 45K mark, have now sort of rebounded back to the 42K mark. So while this does provide a little bit of entry to traders in the market, it does call for a little bit of caution going forward. Ethereum, following Bitcoin's notion, has also dropped by over 8% on the daily. On a weekly basis, we can see Ethereum has dropped by over 3%. BNB has again taken quite a bit of hit, over 7% on the hourly, over 5% on the daily. Solana, which was trading above the 105 US dollar mark, is now finally below the 95 US dollar mark. Its price has dropped by over 17% on the daily perspective. And the topic for discussion for today was why Solana was rallying, which it was earlier in the day when we'd created the broadcast for today. But now, as the market took a turn for the worse, we can clearly see Solana price also dropping to levels that it hasn't seen in the last couple of weeks. In fact, the we saw Solana price sort of gaining more momentum from in the last week of December, going to as high as 125 US dollar. Now, however, Solana is back to the below 95 US dollar mark. So it does again provide a bit of incentive for traders to get back into Solana as Solana price trades lower to what it has for the last couple of weeks. XRP also facing the same fate as quite as the other counterparts. Solana and XRP both are down by close to 15%. Same goes for Cardano, Avalanche. Dogecoin not noticing a lot of fall, but as we can see that all of these cryptocurrencies which make it to the top 10, had been rallying quite a bit throughout this new year as well as in the last week of last year. But it seems like the bi-weekly gains that these altcoins had made in the last couple of weeks have been reversed now. We can see that for Solana, XRP, Cardano, and Avalanche. A quick look at the top 20, 30 cryptocurrencies highlights that the market essentially is painted in red currently. It does, like I said earlier, provide a good entry point to traders, as this pullback has sort of put back a lot of short-term, mid-short-term traders back on track. So while it can provide a good trading opportunity in the short term, um, quick disclaimer which I always give, that being that none of what we say on these sessions or what our guest says financial advice. So always do your own research while trading in the risky assets. But since the market has already dipped the way it has, there can be more losses that we can see as a market. And it would totally depend on Bitcoin and the ETF approval that has been pending and the results around which are going to come out soon enough. So, if that goes well, the market as a whole, including Bitcoin, can sort of make a comeback. But if there is a negative, if there are negative remarks, or if this gets postponed any further, we can expect a little bit of more pullback in the market. We will, of course, be taking a closer look at what would be the key levels to watch or watch out for as. Um, in the current market. But before that, we will take a quick look at some of the top news of the day. And one of the biggest news in of today was, of course, Bitcoin plunging by over 3K on the 15th anniversary of its Genesis Day. So today was also the 15th anniversary of Genesis Day. Usually, something good, uh, when there's something good in the market, or there's a landmark that we cross, be it the Bitcoin birthday or any such positive news in the market. And today being the Genesis Day, which means that Satoshi Nakamoto mined the Genesis block exactly 15 years ago today. So there was a little bit of positive momentum in the market due to that earlier in the day, but there was a little bit of tension. There was a little bit of tension around the ETF approval. One big reason behind this BTC fall that we saw today was, in fact, that, and the sharp drop came as the digital finance services platform Matrixport retracted its recent forecast that the US SEC would potentially approve the first Bitcoin spot ETF soon. So recently, Matrixport sort of made a U-turn on its prediction. Earlier, they had made this prediction that the Bitcoin spot ETF will definitely see the light of the day, and there are high chances that the USSC would approve that. Now, however, they are saying that the BTC ETF approvals won't come before Q2 of this year. That essentially postpones the Bitcoin ETF approval, which has led to the little bit of drop in the market that we saw today. Of course, the final decision around the ETF is still pending, and that would be coming in anytime soon. But for now, we do not see the market in a great shape, and we're expecting a recovery really soon if that is there's a positive momentum or news around the Bitcoin ETF approval. That said, we will dive right into Bitcoin price action, and we'll take a quick look at some of the key support resistance levels to watch out for in the coming days. Of course, if BTC manages to fall even more, which can happen. I'm not denying the possibility of a further fall in price, especially now that the ETF approval might be postponed. Or there are rumors in the market or predictions in the market by analysts saying that the ETF approval can be postponed further to Q2 of this year. We can expect a little bit more of retractment in terms of price. But for key support levels to watch out for, I do believe that the 41.8K US dollar level can act as a key support level. If prices fall any more than that, then the low of the 40.8 level would act as a key support level. But if Bitcoin manages to fall any more than 40K US dollar, then the next support lies at the 36 to 37K US dollar mark. We've seen a constant rise in Bitcoin price throughout the last quarter of 2023, from the lower 27K level to the now 42K, above 42K US dollar level. So of course, if there is a lot of pullback in the market, or if there is more pressure from um, if there are more shorts in the market than if there are more short positions in the market than long positions going forward, then that would of course result in a more downfall for BTC price. Like I mentioned, first the 36 to 37K range would be a key range to watch out for. Before that, of course, the 40 to 41K range would be a key range to watch out for. And in the unlikely event that Bitcoin falls any more than that, then the next support that Bitcoin price can find itself at would be the 28K and the 26K price range. So these would be some key levels to watch out for. When placing your bets on Bitcoin going forward. However, with the Bitcoin halving still on track, about 110 days away, there there would still be a lot of anticipation around positive momentum from Bitcoin price. So don't miss out on that. That being said, with this, I would wrap today's session. Would see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the cryptocurrency market. Till then, bye bye and take care.